So Lon and Melody Marshall, you guys are the caretakers of this place, right? How long have you been doing that?
6 years.
6 years. And when we first came up, like obviously very cool grounds. You guys take very good care of it. You were telling me the first time that you came out here was 20 plus years ago. And
2004. My pack was an old A-frame, and it was a little over 80 pounds.
Yeah.
And hers was a good pack, but hers was a little over 50 pounds.
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Well, we brought everything we need.
Yeah.
Has this place changed much since you guys came 20 years ago?
Mm-mm.
No, other than upgrades, for the solar and
Yeah.
but no,
Upgrade.
it hasn't changed.
We have a grandson that started coming in when we were backpacking in 2004.
Uh-huh.
And his comment to me was this, he's a military brat,
Mhm.
so he moved a lot. His comment to me was, this is the place that felt like home because it never changes.
Yeah. It's kind of like frozen in time a bit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, you were saying that your favorite place to camp when you came here was down by that big rock.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it because of there's people there. So we camped at that spot you recommended all the way down by the end. Where do the jet boats come in? Where do they
jet
park?
boats coming in. There's a walk bridge right here.
Uh-huh.
They'll either come in there or up the landing.
Oh, okay. And how many visitors do you guys have?
We had 78 yesterday.
78?
Yeah.
Wow.
It gets more towards the minimum.
Yeah. And where are these people normally from? Are they just Boise? Or do you get people from kind of all over the
All
world?
over.
All over. We had one
Japan.
gentleman that came in 3 days ago. He was from England.
From England?
Austria.
England,
He
Japan,
actually
Austria.
flew in, met from his family in Spokane, and he flew here to the United States just to come to Hell's Cave.
Huh.
Mhm.
Wow. As we obviously looked around this cabin and all that kind of stuff and went and saw the pits and saw the moonshiner's cabin. As far as the pits go, from what I understand, they're approximately 3,000 years old.
Yeah.
And they were built by Native Americans in this area. Do you know what tribe or who exactly?
It would be I would think it was a Nez Perce.
Nez Perce. But yeah, we saw the pits, walked through that ash from a volcano that's like 7,000 years
Yeah.
ago.
Right.
Is there anything else about the pits? I saw the little sign, but
Well, the pits were just a hollowed out place, and they would put their huge big teepees over these hollowed out places, and this is where they would winter.
okay.
They would come in.
So it wasn't like a formal structure that had just
No.
degraded. They
No.
just put the
No.
teepees over the pits. Oh, okay. That actually makes a lot more sense.
The people in the canyon, they would take that ash and they would use it like paint. So the walls inside of the Jordan cabin were like
Yep.
painted with the ash and water mixture so that it would make it look cleaner.
Oh,
They would
okay.
make
So
their
that's
own
kind of
paint.
cool.
Huh. Okay.
Paint the insides.
Yeah.
You know.
And then after we saw the pits, we walked up to that old moonshiner's cabin.
Yeah.
And
Carter Mansion.
the Carter Mansion. We were actually surprised when we went in how nice the floors were and the walls and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So something that our group had a question about is it's the river's literally right at the front door. Was the river, that creek, slightly over, or did he build that right on the
They
river
built
like
it
that?
Right on the river.
Huh.
From my understanding.
From
Yeah.
the books, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. And that was all an illegal moonshine operation?
Oh yeah.
I wonder where who he sold to.
The story goes, he got out of prison. I think he spent about 7 or 8 years in prison. And when he got out, he came back to the canyon, stayed a couple of weeks, and left, and nobody'd ever seen him since. So
Huh.
But he
just
did have
abandoned
quite
it.
an operation going where he
Oh,
would
yeah.
sell to people in the canyon and actually sold to people
And
leaving town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Huh.
it was-
that was
he had a big operation.
And huge house for how far and remote this is. And if it's remote now in 2026, I can only imagine how remote it was. But this area obviously has lots of history with mining and all that kind of stuff. As we're driving up through Riggins, you can see like the evidence of times gone, right? Is there anything else about that Carter Mansion that
The only thing that
I
we
might have missed.
found out recently, there was a lady in here that said that her father had the old moonshine still.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's the first time I'd heard that, but she said, yeah, that they had come up and found it, and her father took it and
Huh.
got it as an antique, you know.
There's some places, especially up at kind of in the mountains, there's some old cabins and stuff that I found over the years that still have a lot of the original furniture and like
Mhm.
cabinetry and all that kind of stuff in it. But that one seems like it's been pretty cleaned out. Is that
Definitely.
is that how it was when you guys first found it?
No. It was much cleaner, and the front door had glass stained glass stag on the front door.
Oh,
It
really?
was just
Yeah.
beautiful. That was up there the first couple of years we were coming up. And then one year it just disappeared. So
It
somebody,
wasn't broken. It
it's
was-
probably hanging in somebody's living room. So.
Unfortunately, that's kind of how it goes. This is kind of like the main staple.
Which is now a museum.
Which is now a museum. Was it a museum 20 years ago?
No, yes.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of the artifacts and all that kind of stuff, is that all kind of the same?
It's from the same era, and,
Okay.
and they would collect it from the different outbuildings and everything around up the canyon, and they
Uh-huh.
brought it here.
Okay.
And family members too. They've donated a lot of the nice stuff that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the lady that we had talked to, she was thinking about one of these years she may donate it still,
Oh,
to
yeah.
be kept here because people would appreciate it here, where
Mhm.
otherwise it kind of gets lost in history. This one,
Might be.
this one was built by the Sterlings
Oh, okay.
that came in a few years afterwards because it was it was quite a sheep ranch. When Lynn moved in, when he bought it, Lynn and Grace Jordan bought it, it was a sheep ranch already, but he was an educated man, and so he worked with the Forest Service quite a bit
Uh-huh.
and worked on building his herd, working with them with their knowledge. And so it got large enough that they built this bunkhouse for the shearers that would come in for a place for them to stay.
So that actually kind of leads to my next question. This was a sheep ranch.
Yeah.
Okay. So this isn't like necessarily ties to mining. It's more so raised
Here's
sheep.
the ranch.
Okay, gotcha.
It was for his hired hands.
Mm-hmm.
Come in and agriculture stuff.
Is I assume with all the agriculture equipment that's kind of scattered around, that they also farmed and all that kind of stuff
Mhm.
here too.
From this area right here.
Yeah.
It wasn't brought in from other places. It
Yeah.
was on this track later.
Okay. Back then, were they kind of on their own out here, or was there trade through here?
Okay.
They were just kind of, this is just
But
where
they-
they landed.
But there were other families down here.
Uh-huh.
At one point in time, during the Depression, there was quite a few people that lived here. Like
Mhm.
I've read between 200 and 300 people who lived here in the canyon and lived in all these old places that you see that are so vacant now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they weren't neighbors like we consider neighbors, but
Yeah.
still they were accessible and had a way of communication, different people traveling through.
Yeah.
And of course, they shared a lot. I mean, like these walnut trees and apple trees and peach trees. Those families would get together and bring all of their produce here and can it. And,
Yeah.
I mean,
Or there was a lot of canning that went up in the mountains because
Yeah.
they would lease the land from the government and have the sheep up there. And
Huh.
then there would be trees up there, or whatever crops that they could grow up there. And so, yeah,
Huh.
with all this bunkhouse and the shearers that would come in, they had to provide food for them all. So
Mhm.
what's impressed me is how Grace Jordan, she originally was homeschooling her kids here, and but it just, the work of the ranch and the canning, it just got to be too much for her. They ended up hiring a teacher to teach their kids because she had to do this mega canning, to provide food
Yeah.
during the winter. So for everybody.
I always wonder how somebody lands here. Like the very first people that came through here and were like, "Oh, this is it. This is the spot."
it would
Because it's
probably
so rugged country.
be- yes, probably because of all the flat lands here that they used, because they put up a lot of hay.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole irrigation process here.
Mm-hmm.
And they would put up hay like I think 3 times a year.
Yeah.
For the stock and the water. All your big cities that you see, what do they have run through them? Water.
And the fishing
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sturgeons they would catch, that was a lot of the canning, was they would can the fish,
Yeah.
so.
Well, you the other night when you walked down the thing with her, you had a huge string of bass.
Yeah.
How many bass did you catch?
8.
8?
Yeah.
And that's for dinner for all you guys staying here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very plentiful,
Nice
huh?
and fresh, yeah.
What is this building? Is that something that was built later, I assume? Or is that part of
White,
the
White House?
that you guys are staying in?
That
Yeah.
was built, I think, in 1921,
Okay.
but
It wasn't this large.
it wasn't as large. They had sacred room and the kitchen downstairs
In the bathroom.
and the bathroom downstairs.
Oh, okay. So there's two. Is it 2 stories?
Yes,
And there's a basement.
yes.
Well,
Oh.
no, it's basically it's one story with what was the roof story.
Oh, okay.
And they turned that into the bathroom and the kitchen. So
Oh.
we'll show you that.
Where in this region is your guys' favorite place?
Here.
Is it here on the ranch? Yeah. I later we're gonna go hike up to Suicide Point.
I would say that's my
That's
it's tied for first right
Yeah.
there. The Suicide Point is beautiful.
So I did just a little bit of research on that, and from all I can really gather is that it's tied to the Native Americans and it's called Suicide Point because of a Native American story. Is that accurate, or do you know why it's called that? Or
It's never been verified, of course. It's
There-
just a
there was a
legend, is what
verified-
I understand.
But we've had people that are from the canyon
Uh-huh.
and said that it was named that because they lost a lot of mules and they would ride that
Uh-huh.
in the wintertime. And sometimes they would lose a whole string of mules.
Oh,
It would just,
so it's suicide going that route.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
basically.
What was the Native American rumor?
the American native rumor was they was young and they were from different tribes.
Okay.
And they were not supposed to be married, so they went up there and jumped off.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
This is that point. But
So kind of lastly, what is the coolest thing that you guys have found, or your favorite piece of history, or maybe something that isn't well known or talked about?
well,
I can tell you mine. The coolest thing is that it's the bathroom inside the house that Lynn Jordan built because because Grace wanted a bathtub, so he provided a bathtub for her, but there wasn't room in the bathroom for a bathtub.
Uh-huh.
So he cut a hole in the wall basically and put the bathtub through the wall, and then built a sink on top of the part that would be showing from the entryway. So that's the really coolest thing.
Yeah.
For me, with the bathtub.
for me, is how they got their materials down to survive.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
You know what route they came in? Did they come from the north or from?
They would come in down this road,
Okay.
but it wasn't like it is right now.
Right.
But also, yeah, they would haul in wood stoves along the trails,
Uh-huh.
and they would have to stop sometimes and just take the stove completely apart to get by where it was narrow,
Uh-huh.
and then they'd have to put it back together. But yeah,
You look at this cabin right here, and you see a log cabin.
Mm-hmm.
How much time and effort it took to get just the log down here.
Yeah.
Because they came from up
Mm-hmm.
Greenville.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
That in itself is.
Yeah.
But for me, the stories of the people that came down here in the Depression.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather went through the Depression. These people had it better than 90% of the people in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they live a tough life? You bet. They had everything they needed.
Yeah.
They were,
they had food, they had friends.
and they raised families. They made a living down here.
Mhm.
And that's a testament to their grit.
Mm-hmm. Well, for someone that deeply cares about Idaho, and you guys too, thank you for taking care of this place and giving your time and your efforts into making sure this place stays the way that it is, and greeting people. And you guys have been super generous to us, letting us borrow the fishing poles, and very, 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 very nice. And I encourage anybody that comes out here to, say hi to you. How many more years do you plan on doing this?
Till I can't come in.
Till we can't, yeah.
I'll be 81 in a couple of 3 weeks.
Wow. Well, it was awesome to meet you guys, and you guys are just as much a part of this place and my memory now in this place as well. I appreciate you guys talking to me.
But there's one thing that I want to say. The reason why we're here is because it's a beautiful place.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I'm here is because there was one couple that had been here for 16 years, and that was Dawn and Donnie James.
They were the hosts.
They were the host here in April every year that we were here.
Huh.
They encouraged us to, once we could take off a month, they encouraged us to come and do what we're doing.
Yeah, that's super cool. Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me about it.
Basically.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
What was that? You said that she used that by using a bowl, a kitchen bowl?
She wasn't too happy.
She was not happy about that. No.
So use a bowl as a mold, or the bowl's actually in there?
No, it was a mold. We used it as a mold.
Oh, okay. And you said this is the first bathroom in the canyon here?
That's what we've been told.
It's definitely the first bathtub.
And then this
This
bathtub
house
goes underneath that
goes through the wall.
Oh, okay.
and shower and then, flushing.
The stove that she used to cook on, and the drain board that Lynn Jordan made for her to drain the dishes, which is really cool. It's kind of handmade, out of wood, and it has the angle so the water will drip off of it.
What year was that made?
What year was
You
it
think?
made? It would have been around 1930,
Oh, okay.
31, something like that. Yeah.
And that is so cool that you guys get to use this
Oh, I love
same
using
stuff
it. Love
that
using
they
the
used.
stove. Yeah.
The cement wall, but this wall was here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that
Notice
door,
the bare bars on the windows.
that door right there was here.
Oh, okay.
Because this was just a root cellar. And then they
And the entry to it was from the outside, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, okay.
right out there. So then they made this into the kitchen and dining area and the bathroom.
And this is the original foam. I'm sorry, all this is on top of it. This is the original foam. And there's a part in the book that just really touched my heart on that Home Below House Canyon, where this was the phone where she got the phone call that her father had died, and she had to make the decision that she couldn't go to his funeral because she was needed here.
Huh.
Just, it's so sad. But the lights are not working this morning, so it's kind of
So this
dark.
right here was blocked off.
Okay.
And they and the rocks was to here.
Okay.
So they dug this root cellar.
with a pickaxe and a hammer. One man from Germany dug this root cellar for them. And it was supposed to be bigger, but if you look behind that water heater over there,
Yeah.
see that big boulder coming out of the wall?
Yeah.
It's like 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
He got to that part and decided there's no way he could move that rock. So that's where he stopped. This
Wow.
rectangular area here. Up in those days, he was a
So
Forest
really-
Service guy.
Originally, the stove would have been here.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not for sure whether that was there or not.
No.
Probably wasn't. So they built this on as a sleeping porch for their 3 kids.
And that's where we get to sleep.
See, that would have been the original outside wall
Yeah.
of the place. And there's really a cool thing here. The Jordan kids lived out here, slept out here. And here's they had put their,
You know how kids do.
Oh, those are the kids' initials?
Yeah.
and it-
PJJ?
and
Oh, that's
then,
super cool.
in our book, they say if anybody ever, well, I mean, we paint inside,
Sure. Yeah.
do not paint this wall.
Yeah.
They,
You'd be
they want
covering
that,
up their little marks, yeah.
they want that left.
Yeah, so that's from the kids in the 1930s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we actually met. That was probably Patsy's initials there, but we met Patsy's great granddaughter
Yeah.
and her brother Joe's great granddaughter. So they were cousins that came in the canyon last week. So that was really cool.
Whoa.
Talking to them. Yeah. This room here is called Violet Shirley's room, who was another girl who grew up in the canyon. And she would come up in her 70s, up into her 80s, and volunteer for the whole summer here to keep the grounds
And
nice.
here is a picture of her, and that's at Suicide Point
Oh, okay.
on
Riding
her
the
on her
horse.
80th birthday,
Yeah.
riding a horse across it.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're going to hike up there today, right?
Yeah.
So you can get a better appreciation for that after your hike today. What she was doing.
And that's her picture there too.
And how old was she when she had this room?
Oh,
She did not ever own this place. She lived down the canyon.
Oh,
She came
but
from
she just
another
stayed in
family.
this?
Yeah, she
Okay.
would stay in here during the summer. And this was the original house. She had this room, and that bedroom.
Okay.
that's the
And,
original.
And this is just, you guys use this as storage now?
And I've been washing. These go actually in the kitchen. Just got these washed and pressed, but yeah. So when they came, there was a bed in here. There was that bed, and then there was a sleeping couch, probably the same couch that's down there in the kitchen.
Mhm.
I would think so.
That was in the kitchen up here. And so she had an infant son. She slept in this room with her daughter, and then Joe and his dad and grandfather slept in that other room. Yeah. And then there was somebody else, the man that was manning the house here, then slept on that couch in the kitchen.
There was like a rattlesnake.
Hear that rock? There's like one more.
There you go. Now you're cooking with Wesson. So kind of like, just like that, baby. Look at that airflow that'll go through there. Okay, a little bit more room on the screw. And then,
Anything to stabilize this side? We're gonna move this
Yeah,
one a little
let's-
closer. Okay, it's got this little edge right here.
let her build up there.
Yeah, I have a whole second bag.
Oh, that's just the first bag?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Keep it on there. For coin, it's an American flag made out of wood, and then you can put all your challenge coins on it. Oh yeah. Spot.